Hello, welcome back to another fabulous build. Today we are building a rental home in Glimmerbrook is where I built it just because I wanted the lot kind of thing. I want to say it's a 40 by 30. It might be a 30 by 20, but it's a vertical lot. No, is that right? Hold on. I wanted a I wanted a lot that's long because of the type of build that it was. It's technically a container home. There are homages to a container home. I didn't actually realize I was building one until a little bit into the build. And so, obviously, a good spot to build container homes would obviously an eco lifestyle, Evergreen Harbor. I think that's what that's world called. I just didn't end up doing that. So, sorry. It's just what it is. There's lots of glass. I don't know if everybody's going to really like all the glass, but there is lots of glass. It's pretty small. Once again, I definitely would say this is more like a rental, not so much like a forever home. I pictured it more as you bring your kids or something along those lines, and it's just you're staying here for the period of time that you're here, and then you're gonna go off and do like whatever you have planned. So moving around, figure out what world it looks best in. It might do pretty well in Mount Crombie, but then again, I try to stick everything that's a rental in Mount Crombie because I love visiting Mount Crombie so often. So, what is your favorite world to go and like get a rental at to stay for like a night or two and then come home? Like, what's the world that you like visiting but don't really care for living in? Mount Crombie is one of those worlds that I do like living in sometimes, but I much prefer taking like a weekend of for my Sims. Also, I found the landscaping here to be super duper easy. I kind of just surrounded it like a forest, and honestly, it worked out so nicely. I loved the landscaping here. It's some of my favorite landscaping I've done it in a long time. It's super duper simple, very easy, but for some reason, I think it worked so nicely for the build, which makes me very happy inside. Overall, I would say this is like one of my more favorite builds. I built it on the day that on Wednesday, I think is when I built it, because originally it was supposed to go up on Wednesday. Now it's going up on Friday. That's just how life works sometimes, you know what I mean? It's very small, very cramped. The rooms are not very big, but once again, I will not lie, I did not player test this build. I have not really been player testing my builds as much as I should be. I'm going to be honest with you, and that is something I'm going to work on in the future for sure. But I did not player test this build, and so I'm not sure if this kitchen is fully functional. I know the kitchen is functional. I know you can eat and you can cook and everything with the kitchen. That's not really what I'm worried about. The bar stools and the couch are very close together because this was a very tiny and tight space. Now, technically, I could have extended it. There's like a lot of ways you could have fixed it, but I decided not to do any of that and keep the space just kind of how the space was. But that requires the counters to be super duper close to the stove, but also the couch to be super duper close to the bar stools. I want to say it's still functional because this way kind of looked weird, and I didn't know if Sims had enough room to be able to use all of the amenities on the other side, and so I chose to do it this way. I'm not sure if that's completely functional. It really would just take away like the counters or doing something along those lines. It's a very easy fix if it's not. I know everything else should be functional, like this bed is functional, your Sims can scooch. There's also a kid's bedroom or a smaller bedroom. I wouldn't even call it a kid's bedroom. I think I added some kids' objects in case you want to bring your child to come stay. But ultimately, I don't really think it's a kid's. I don't know. I really liked how it turned out, though. I thought it was quite cute. I'm a fan. I did something interesting with the closet. I thought we just had a single shelf. And this is something I think The Sims should invest in this. I think I would buy it. I would spend the $5 on. Is a shelf. Just a single, like, hanging, like a floating shelf. Not like these. I'm talking about for clothes, like a rack, like a clothing rack shelf. I think it would be so nice, and I would really enjoy it if there wasn't, like, any storage above it. Storage is fine in the room. There's objectively nothing wrong with the storage. It just wasn't my favorite thing in the world, and I wish that it was a bit different. The bathrooms, I'm pretty sure, are completely functional as well. I didn't mess around with it, but I couldn't see a problem with it. The only thing, I fixed it. That's right. So originally I thought there would be a problem with this bathroom because of how the tub is, and I can't ever remember if your sim gets in the front of the tub or the back of the tub. I'm pretty sure it's the front, and so you can cover up the back with like an object. It doesn't really matter, but as long as the front is functional, it's fine. And so I didn't want to take that risk, and so this is a very elongated bathroom. Luckily enough, over here, I didn't have that same problem, so I got to do it the way I originally had it planned, which was this way, where it should be fine. And ultimately, the space should be fine. There shouldn't be objectively anything wrong with it. I don't really think I have anything to talk about. Still streaming over on Twitch. We're playing The Sims 2, like almost exclusively, and we'll probably be playing The Sims 2 pretty much exclusively up until, I don't know, March. I'd say at the moment, I mean, I like The Sims 4. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just about to jump into some heavy Mindy gameplay over the next week or so. I'm about to have all the builds for you guys, which I'm very excited about. And we're about to jump into some like extreme Mindy gameplay. So yeah. So this is the kids stuff. Like I said, it's very short, very small little space here. We have the coloring left, and I have the outside to do. But really, this is the build. I hope you guys are enjoying this January build month. Are you guys enjoying the builds? Do you guys like the builds? Do you guys prefer the speed builds or the builds with me? Do let me know in the comments down below. I would love to know, so I know for future reference for like April Jacob when trying to figure out content wise. I'm going to very much continue to build. I just want to know what you guys are into. I have a few that I have pre-planned that I'm not going to be able to get to this time around, and I won't be building again for you guys until probably April. Is based on how the schedule is working out. So I'm very excited though. I'm getting very much more back into Sims 2, which is really good. It makes me very happy inside. I'm a bit nervous. I have some very long videos coming out for you guys that are build related, but it should be very fun. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into a quick little tour. And yeah, hello. I wanted to quickly come in here and do a tour of the house I just built. This is a vacation home. I very much felt like it was a vacation home. You could obviously live in it. I don't know if it's fully functional. I also don't have time to test it today. I do know that before going into it, but that being said, let's go ahead and take a look. So like the outside, there really isn't anything to do. I built it in Glimmerbrook, but you can put it on any lot that is the size of this for sure. You walk in and you're directly greeted with the kitchen and a cute little living space. Very small, very quaint, but I quite enjoyed it. The bedroom over here is the master bedroom, Sims can scooch. Then there is a full bathroom. There's 2 full bathrooms, which is pretty crazy. There's also a kid's room or a smaller room in case you get somebody extra or something along those lines. And then there's also a outdoor area as well. Yeah, that's the house. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video.